So, what hatched out of our magical egg? If you didn't already see in my live stream on Monday, we worked together to create this super magical egg, and you guys gave me ideas for what could possibly be in that egg. So let's see the creature that emerged. We've got a little teaser of him just now, and then we'll see the making of the full thing in a moment. But can you guess what creature this is? So the background here is I asked whether you guys wanted to see me make a dragon's egg or an Easter egg on Monday, and a few of you suggested no, a dragon and a bunny, or a dragon and a bunny unicorn. So we made the egg, and then I wanted to make the critter. So what I did, first of all, a little bit of planning in advance, which is unlike me. I wanted to think up what a dragon and a bunny mixture would look like. So from my bullet journal, which I showed a few weeks ago, I had some sketches I'd done of a rabbit and a dragon. So I did an equivalent to sketches. I sketched the both of them together at the same size and kind of tried to decide what features I wanted from each creature. So here we see the bunny on the left and the dragon on the right, and just quick thinking how I'm going to combine these. So I thought the ears and the face of the rabbit, and then the wings and the tail, stuff like that of the dragon, maybe the colour of the dragon, and the feet of the bunny. So pulling this all together into a very, very rough sketch. Now the faces of the dragon and the bunny are fairly similar, but I thought a dragon nose on a dragon colour and everything would be too obviously dragon. So I went for the bunny face with a little kind of V flap for his nose. I put his mouth off to one side, a kind of squinty smile. But I'm not entirely sure if that worked so well in the felt. You'll have to let me know at the end when you see him. So basically big feet of the bunny, nice little face, big ears, and then wings, the little side of the face flap, so I have no idea what that really is. Your tail, and then a unicorn horn, because of course we were asked for unicorn as well. Of course. So this is my idea of what the dragon bunny unicorn. So anyone who can think of what a word for a drunicorn? No, that sounds very bizarre. But it can really help sometimes if you've got an idea of what you want and you want to see what it looks like, to sketch out some ideas, so you've got an idea of what you're working for at the least. And here I wanted some spikes down the tail, because I don't know, I feel like dragon tails have spikes down them. That's just my idea. So here was my idea, and then last minute I went, oh, I want rosy cheeks. And our Easter egg had lots of different coloured spots, so I wanted to include the different colours throughout our brunicorn. That's a horrible name, isn't it? Someone think of a better name for this critter. So then to start the felting, so with a small piece, I roll it into a tube. This is going to be the head, and I'm just working on making the top of the head narrower and towards the bottom wider. So we've got his chubby cheeks from his eating carrots and whatever dragons eat. Let's not question what dragons eat. He eats carrots. He's partly dragon. So felting in a lot more just around the middle so that the base puffs out a wee bit. And I'm also thinking of keeping the back flat as well. I just want the front puffing out, not the back as well. Felting away with this. I also took pieces down in front of the telly and felted extra time. So this guy took about 3 to 4 hours all in, full going. This is speeded up several times, and as I say, there's points where I take it away and firm up bits. And then once I'm reasonably happy with the head, I move on to the body, which is just going to be a piece of fleece a little bit bigger than the head, and I'm just gonna make it more rounded shape, less narrow, more of a kind of pear-shaped bowl. Obviously attaching the heads to the body. By now at this stage the body's a lot softer than the head, so I'm spending a lot more time felting up through the body into the head and trying to make sure that they're the shape and facing the direction that I want them to be facing. So I'm holding it together with the one hand and felting it together with the needle. I get asked a lot about felting without a felting pad. And I just want to say, especially on a piece this size, it's really not a problem because the length of the needle is longer than the piece anyway. So I'm not saying I never stab myself, but it's fairly rare now. So I've got two equal size smaller bits here, and these are going to be for the top part of the rabbit's legs that want a nice big meaty leg here, because obviously rabbits bouncy, strong back legs. So yeah, just making two big flat circle shapes to stick on the side of his body to create his legs. And the same as with attaching the head to the body, I'm just felting through the legs and into the body, and through the body and into the legs, felting backwards and forwards, making sure they're in the position I want. These big legs and the massive tail is really going to help balance him as well when he's sitting down. And speaking of a tail, it's just a long tube, fatter at one end, narrower at the other, and attach it to his bum. And this really does stabilise. He's quite secure sitting up, even if I haven't got him perfectly sorted. And here you see a quick cut to me having felted this shape for a bit longer. And then I'm just going to cover it with the purple. So it's nice and firm after being felted for an hour or so. Covering it with this purple colour that we used in our egg. Making sure every little bit's covered with just a little bit of fleece. And now separating out pieces to make his arms and his feet. Want nice big feet, so they're about the same size as the actual arms. So it's just rolling them into a tube and then felting them secure and then popping them onto his little body at a nice jaunty angle. The feet are almost exactly the same. I'm making them slightly thicker. I just felt the feet should be thicker, and then popping them on at the bottom of these balls so you can see his little feet sticking out, and then two pieces of fleece make his ears. I'm just curved at the top, long flat triangles for ears, and then attaching them in the jaunty angle in the picture, and then away and felting some more until it's nice and firm. Now I want to add his wings, really start making him looking dragony. So just want little wings for him. So two short strips and then two even shorter strips of pipe cleaner. And onto the long piece, I'm just curving over the very end of one of the short pieces to make a very basic wing design here. Crimping down the wire as tightly as I can so it holds itself, but then I'm going to wrap more purple around just to make sure it's nice and secure. Wrap the purple and then felt it so it stays in place a little bit. And for the inside of the wings, I'm going to use this lovely, what did we call it, variegated blues and purples that I've got, just laying it out. And I'm just going to carefully pop this behind the pipe cleaner here and felt it on to make wings. It's just fairly rough because they're only tiny little wings. I felted this a good bit later on, but firstly let's have some fun adding the colour. I'm looking at the colour of the spots on the egg that was created. So yellow for the belly here. I thought this was kind of cute. And then I just want to create some eyes with 2 rolls of white just going above his nose, felting them on as evenly as I can, and then it's going to be 2 little specks of black just for his pupils. I'm wanting a very little expression here. There's no glint in the eyes or anything, it's just 2 balls of white, 2 tiny balls of black. That's it. And then creating a thin thread of black to make his nose and his mouth, just based on how I drew it. Trying to go a little squinty round to the side, and if there's any extra you can just trim it off so you get a piece as short as you want. So this is the connection from the base of his nose up to his mouth, which I thought would be cute squint. I don't think it's as cute as it can be. And then the little V flap for his nose. And that's his expressions pretty much done. And it's just down to some decorations, like I say, using the colours that I saw in the egg, making some pink little rosy cheeks for him, little balls for his cheeks. And I always like my dragon creatures at the end of the tail to have a kind of pointy, hearty shape. You'll see what I mean once it's on its tail. But where it narrows to a point, just topping off an extra arrow shape pointing out the way, really. And I mustn't forget that unicorn horn. He was asked to be a unicorn dragon bunny. So here comes the unicorn horn. Using this variegated fibre, I thought it would be a little bit special. Could also use, like Angelina, sparkly fibres, all sorts of extra special things. And then little pinches of the different colours to create the little spines to go up, the little spikes to go up the back of his tail and up his back. And then we're nearly done. Basically after this I just tidied up, I just felted a bit more till it was a bit firmer, but that's it. That is the basics of your dragon bunny unicorn creature. I hope you liked. You guys came up with the idea for this. If you can think of any other kind of bonkers thing for me to create for you, yeah, please share, I think. But yeah, that's this bunny. Let me know what I could have done different, what you think of him. But here he is.